Hello my dear love goods and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I am doing another house renovation. This one is actually of the house that is next door to the goth house. It's called Park Shore and it's a base game house that comes with Willow Creek. It is available on the gallery, so you can just easily find it by searching my username lukeydean and the hashtag Lukey. But yeah, it's a long one. You can see that by now. I'm pretty sure. It's a long video. I took my time with this, and I'm sorry if it's too long, but here you go. But yeah, I didn't limit myself to any packs or anything, so I just kind of went with, whatever packs I wanted, I saw this house though whenever I loaded up my game because I was just kind of in a building rut because I've just been kind of meh with building lately. So I decided to just do a renovation because I didn't really want to think about a floor plan or anything. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to do a renovation. And so I looked through all the houses and I found this house because I've never actually looked in this house or played with this house before. It's just kind of been there. And I was like, okay, maybe I should renovate this because it looks really interesting. Like the floor plan is pretty neat. And so I did it. So I did completely change up the aesthetic though, because before the color scheme was so honestly kind of gross. It was just like this kind of pale green kind of thing, and it wasn't pretty. I just did not like it at all. So I went with a totally different aesthetic, and I kind of imagined a trio of witch sisters living here. So that's kind of what it is. It's like a witchy house, and it was really fun. I pretty much went with a more contrasting, more bold aesthetic with the black and all the black windows and the trims and stuff, and then I went with a white shutter exterior, and yeah, it was really fun. And it was actually kind of fun because I used a lot of things that I don't normally use together, like these windows, for example. These are like those windows on the side of the house. Those are from Get Together. Those weird I don't even know what you call those kind of windows. Those right there, they're kind of modern and I don't know, I really like them, but I never really used them in a traditional build, and it worked really well. I kind of had this idea in mind that this house was kind of an older house, and maybe over the years they have added more things to it, and so there's some modern windows, there's some old school windows, just here and there, differences across the board. And yeah, it was really fun. I really had a lot of fun doing this because me, I actually, one of my favorite ways of building in The Sims is just kind of going with black and white aesthetics with pops of color, and this was no exception. It was really fun doing that. And yeah, I think it gives me more, I guess edgy, charmed, I guess, the Charmed ones, the Hallowell sisters from one of my favorite childhood shows. I watched Charmed so much growing up. It was my jam. I loved Prue, girl. She was my girl. And when they killed her off, I was mad. I was this new Paige girl, she ain't nothing compared to Prue, okay? So I was very passionate about it when I was younger, and yeah, but anyway, I kind of did make some cuts and some edits here and there in the beginning because literally this video would have been 35 minutes long. I did not want it to be that bad, so I made it a little shorter. But I edited some of the stuff out just because it was just kind of repetitive nonsense, and I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna force you all to watch all of this. So yeah, and also here I did something that I had so much fun doing, honestly. It was this little cobble path. I should have done more, honestly, but I thought I would just do one leading from the front to that gate towards the back. I just thought that would look really nice. I should have done another one going around the other way, but I was not willing to do that again. So because it took me several minutes, probably a good 10 minutes. Yeah, it was a lot, but it looks really cute. I think it does. So Yeah. But anyway, this house does have 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. Previously, I think it had 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms, possibly. No, it had 2 bathrooms. Yeah, it did have 2 bathrooms, but it had 4 bedrooms. I took one of the bedrooms and I made it into like a kind of witchy room. Like I was kind of thinking about in Charmed, you know how like up at the attic they had their book of what was it called? The Book of Hollows? What is it called? The Book of Spells? The Book of Shadows. Girl, I'm a bad fan. I should have remembered that off the bat. But yeah, the Book of Shadows. I kind of was thinking of that. I was like, I want like a space that they can like, you know, maybe the sisters, like I kind of imagined that there was like 2 older sisters and then they had like a teenage sister that they were like taking care of together, and maybe they were teaching her like witchcraft, and that was like the room that they taught her in. And yeah, I don't know. It was all fun. This house though, honestly, kind of like I got obsessed with it. So that's why it's such a long video, because I took too long. But yeah, I really like this little area here. I was doing the landscaping in this little like section, and I was like, this is gonna look really weird and overgrown, so I decided to put a little pond, and it looks cute. I really like it. I think that it works like really well with like the aesthetic, and I made it green, and I put like a really cool thing. I'm gonna really quickly pause the recording because my dog needs in. So okay, so yeah, there's a small cut there. I'm sorry, I had to let my dog in because he was whining and being like a big baby. But yeah, this house just gave me witch family vibes, and I am so here for it. And I want Supernatural in The Sims so bad. I don't care about getting famous, okay? No lie, I'm not that excited for the new pack. I said it. I think I haven't even looked at the items, and you know, I might be impressed by the items, like the build by items and stuff, but gameplay, I'm just like, whatever. You know, I didn't really much care for Showtime back in the day. Oh, something else that happened in this build that you won't notice, but I did, because I had to fix it. All this terrain paint, for some reason, disappeared when I loaded up the game again later on, to finish. My dog is just looking at me with a sad eyes. Go lay down, Bean. But I had to finish all of the terrain paint once again, because like when I loaded the game up to finish this build later on, it just disappeared, and I don't know what happened. Like, why? Like, excuse me? And so I had to redo all of it, and it was very sad. But yeah. Also, initially, I was going for like a pretty dark aesthetic. Like, I was going really bold, really dark, almost something that would rival the goth household next door. But in the end, I changed up some things. I added some more color because, you know, I did want there to be some, I guess, some boldness and some contrast, but I still wanted it to be kind of fresh and young, and like add in some color here and there. So it was a challenge. I'm not gonna lie. This house was definitely something that I'm not used to doing these types of builds anyway, but it was work. It was work, because like trying to figure out what colors went together properly, like that's my biggest challenge as a builder, because I have a lot of problems with perfectionism, and I overthink things. I don't get anything done because of that. So in the end, I just kind of was like, you know, throwing it into the wind and just kind of letting things go and just doing whatever. And this kitchen actually turned out to look way warmer and more like old-fashioned-y than I intended in the beginning. So I changed the colors up, but the whole thing is the same, like furniture and everything. It's just the cabinets and like the countertops and stuff, I changed the colors, and that's it. So yeah. But anyway, I actually am considering making some Sims to live here. I know that this is probably a little bit late, considering it is November 3rd, the time that I'm recording this, and Halloween is well past. But, you know, witches are timeless, so yeah, I don't need an excuse to do witchy things. I could do witchy things in Christmas, and guess what? It would be totally fine, because witches are cool. Like, the aesthetic of witches is my jam. But yeah, and I took this room here. I think this was actually the original dining room, and I made it into a much like brighter dining room. I put in more windows. I could really see them quite possibly getting rid of the dining table in here and making this into like a conservatory almost. That would actually, like just imagine like taking down the wall in between the dining room and that kitchen, putting some steps and having this be like a sunken conservatory. Oh, girl, I should have done that. But I didn't want to change the floor plan up all that much with this build. I actually didn't even touch the walls at all. I just added windows and stuff, and that's it. But definitely would be a good idea to do that. Also, I changed the swatches of these chairs in a bit, and I forgot to change one of them at the end, and I didn't notice until I was taking screenshots, and I was like kind of mad at myself. I was like, well, shoot, I forgot to do that. And sorry, I just shook my mic because my desk is wobbly, but yeah, I'm sorry it's been a while since I've done voiceover, you all. I haven't really been working on YouTube videos very much this past week. Earlier this week, I actually did a little mini road trip by myself to see my boyfriend in northeastern Kentucky. I'm not going to specify where, but I went to northeastern Kentucky just to visit him and some friends and spend like a little Halloween party together. It was really, really nice, and I had a lot of fun, and it was very, very relaxing and exciting to get out of the house and actually spend time with people my age that are like me instead of, 50-year-old women who, are quite judgmental. Mom, no shade. Honey, it's all shade. It's all tea, all shade, honey. All offense. I'm ruined. I'm sorry. I'm so, like, I signed up for Spotify. Like, I already had Spotify, but, like, I got Spotify Premium just because I was like, you know what? I need music for this drive the other day, so I got Spotify Premium, and I've been doing nothing but listening to music lately, and your girl is also listening to Nicki Minaj, because, Nicki Minaj is, I kind of love her energy, even if it is, like, petty nonsense. I kind of love it. So, yeah. That kind of segues into, like, the little mini bit that I like to go into every video of the what am I trying to say? The media that I've been consuming lately. I haven't really been watching a lot of things lately. I did watch the second Harry Potter film with my boyfriend the other day, and no lie, I wept at the end. Because, like, when he turns up and looks to Hagrid, he was like, "It's not Hogwarts without you, Hagrid." I just started weeping. I was like, oh my god, this is beautiful. Like, I've seen that movie, like, I can't even tell you how many times, because you know me, when I was a kid, I watched Harry Potter constantly, and, I'm Lukey, you know me, I'm obsessed with Harry Potter. I still wept. I don't know why. I guess it was just because I was watching it with my boyfriend, and it was kind of emotional anyway, but, like, still, it was just so cute. I loved that movie so much, but, and yeah, what else have I been? Oh, Harry Potter related. Ooh, y'all, honey, honey. I read a fan fiction recently. I know I've said that before a lot. Y'all have heard me say those exact words together a lot. But I read a different fan fiction than normal. Normally, you know me, I read, the official Harry Potter canon fan fiction, not official. What am I saying? You know what I mean? Like, I read stuff about Harry and Draco and them getting it on, honey. But seriously, I read something different. I read a Fantastic Beasts fanfiction. Oh, girl, it was good. It was a Credence and Graves fic. And wow. Because I was so upset with the Fantastic Beasts movie, honestly. Honestly, I've been talking too much. I'm sorry. Like, Fantastic Beasts is a movie series I'm kind of not really interested in. I just kind of lost a lot of interest towards the end of this first film. It just was not my thing. I wasn't into it. I'm not alone in that. So, yeah, it just was not something I wanted to see any more of. But the main reason for that well, there's many reasons, but the main reason was essentially the story pacing was just weird. And in the end, it felt so strange. Like, this is a spoiler for the first movie, but basically, I'll just say this. When the incident happens at the end of the climax, after that happens and the movie is about to end, the characters don't seem sad about it at all. I'm like, these characters put so much emotional investment. Like, they nearly died for this thing to just happen and them to feel nothing. It was just really weird, and I don't know. I was not really into that. And there was a lot of other things, too, that I didn't like, but I won't get into it because people get really, really defensive about it because that's just how they are. But I'm not a fan. Let's just say that. This fan fiction fixed that for me. Like, seriously, it made Graves, like, it made Percival Graves a real person instead of it just being some, like, made-up character, which honestly, there's no way that he wasn't a made-up character. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that. Girl, I will get into that and not stop for hours, and I don't want to do that to y'all. But yeah, and it was just a really beautiful love story, but very tense and very emotional as well, for Credence and Graves, as well as, there was the main other characters included as well. And I just feel like it was much better for me to read than watching a movie anyway, because I'm not a movie watcher, honestly. I'm not really into seeing films. It's something that, unless I've seen them before or I'm watching them with someone, I don't really care. Like, I'm more of a reader, honestly. And this one was really good. I really highly recommend it. Let me open my phone really quickly and I will tell you all, because even if you're not like a huge Harry Potter fan fiction like reader like me, I think that anybody who's like a fan of the Fantastic Beasts canon but feels a little bit iffy about certain things, I'll tell you this one. It is called This Thing of Darkness by Maggie Dragon. That's, Maggie Dragon is one word. Really great. I really, really like it. It was very, very emotional. So it made me feel really good. And I kind of cried a little bit sometimes, but that's me. But, yeah, anyway, as you can see, I'm finally done with the first floor of this house. Like, I swear, I had to redo the, terrain paint, but I don't think it looks any different really, does it? Not really. I had to do a little bit of editing there, but it was pretty good. As you can see, there is to the left of the house, there is like a little garden space. I kind of imagine they grow some like herbs and stuff there for their, spells and, potions and all that. And here is the potion room, or here's like the witch room, I guess you could say. There's a cauldron, there's like a spell book, and, all of it's pure decoration, of course. Like, duh, we don't have witches in The Sims 4 yet. Yet. Please tell me they're gonna do witches soon. I don't really want my Sims to get famous. I just want them to cast spells on each other. Like, I'm a Harry Potter fan. Oh, girl, just imagine making the Harry Potter characters in The Sims 4. It would be so much better. Ugh, I would probably redo them. You know what? I'm gonna do that. Whenever we get supernatural or witches or whatever is revolved around that, I'm definitely going to be remaking the Harry Potter characters in The Sims 4. Some time ago, not some time ago, it was actually quite a while ago, very, very long time ago, not really, I don't know how long ago it was, honestly, but I haven't had caffeine, so I'm not thinking straight, y'all, but I made all 6? Yeah, I made all 6 of the Harry Potter like main characters in The Sims 4. I also made the Malfoys as well. I think that was all I did for the channel specifically. Like, I've made them for my personal game, but I really would like to remake them again. I don't know. But yeah, let me know if you all want to see some like create a sim videos as well, because I have some really fun things in mind. Mostly Harry Potter characters, because what else would I do? But yeah, I would very much like to do that. Let me know if you would like to see that, because I don't know, it would be a different thing for the channel, because I've been doing a lot of speed builds. I only do speed builds, but yeah. Also, can you tell I was being super indecisive about color swatches with this entire build? No lie, I was struggling so much to figure out what I wanted. And I didn't want to, like, make everything matchy-matchy and, like, perfect and everything, because I really wanted this to be, like, a house that has, like, grown with time and things have been added, things have been left behind, you know, and maybe the witch sisters that live here inherited this house from their grandmother. They call her Grams. You know, Charmed. But yeah, seriously, like, maybe they inherited this house from their grandmother, or, you know, some matriarch of the family that was, like, really powerful or something, and they're trying to learn her magic again. And yeah, I need to watch Charmed again. I totally don't even remember the story or anything that much. Like, I just remember a lot of sadness and a lot of, like, them ripping my freaking heart out, killing characters. Oh my god, I'm so mad about that still. So mad about so many things. It's just, ugh. Like, it's like those types of shows, they love to just make you hurt. And we as consumers of that media love getting hurt. And no lie, I love reading fan fiction and having my heart ripped out. But when it's on TV, when it's a TV show, oh honey, I can't handle it. It makes it that much more worse. I guess because it's actual people portraying something, and, like, it's a lot more, you can resonate it more because you can actually see it, and, like, I don't know. But yeah, the first bedroom there, though, I imagine was, like, the older sister's room. She was, like, the more mature, more with it character. And then maybe this room was for the slightly younger sister, but still an adult, who is more like a Luna Lovegood character. She's more fun-loving and, like, colorful and out there and bright and, you know, silly, and you know, maybe she's like the opposite to her older sister. And then, like, their younger sister, who is, like, a teenager, or even a child, is, like, super edgy and gothic and is, like, super dark and twisted. And maybe they're teaching her magic, but then they're not realizing that they're actually doing bad because they're teaching her some bad spells that they don't realize. I don't know. That would be a fun little storyline. Maybe the younger sister turns evil, and, like, somehow she meets, like, this demon boy. Wow. Oh my god, I'm literally thinking of Charmed. I wasn't even trying there. Like, I wasn't even thinking, oh, this is Charmed. That literally happens, doesn't it? Is Piper the middle child? She is. Phoebe's girl. Oh my goodness. I didn't even think. I must have had Charmed on my mind anyway, because Phoebe is, like, she's, like, the younger one, and she's actually not evil or anything. She's kind of just like, I don't know. I can't really remember. I need to watch the show again. But Phoebe falls in love with a warlock demon kind of person who's actually bad, but it's complicated. But yeah, maybe that's what happens with the teenage sister. She falls in love for this, like, demon, you know, maybe it's a demon boy, maybe it's a demon girl, who knows. But she falls in love with this person, and they learn all sorts of evil magic, and the older sisters are trying to kind of save her from this, because the demon actually is actual evil and doesn't actually care about her. But then maybe he gets redeemed because he actually has a heart, and he was just led to a bad path, and then they fall in love and they live happily ever after. And maybe his name is Draco. I don't know. I'm sorry, you all. It's been a time since I have done a voiceover, and I don't even know what I'm saying. I do this all the time. So, yeah. But anyway, I've still got several minutes left of this video. I'm just all over the place today, but I really had fun with this build. It was really refreshing doing something bigger for a change. And, you know, I didn't build this house. I just furnished it basically and, like, redid it, but I really enjoyed it nonetheless, because I think that it's always fun to reimagine a house for something different than what it was intended. Initially, this house was pretty bland, honestly, because it was a base game home, and plus, you know, EA tends to build houses with, you know, like, usability in mind, so that it's not super, you know, laggy or anything, you know, which is very understandable. But it was boring and bland and ugly, no lie. And now it looks freaking cool. I love this house. I'm not even gonna be weird about, you know, saying, oh, I'm so modest, blah, blah, blah. It's okay. No, girl, it looks pretty. No lie. I really like it. So even though I did change the hard, like that floorboard, I changed it so many times because I was so indecisive. And this part, oh my goodness, I don't know why we can't hold down shift to duplicate these planters. Things in the debug menu, when you type in bb dot show hidden objects true, whenever you find things that are like debugged items, you cannot duplicate them with shift. So you have to, oh, it's just, yeah, it's a pain. I wish I know that isn't intended. Like, we're not supposed to get those like that. Like the debug items, it's a cheat, but it would be nice if we could duplicate them with shift, because that took a long time. But the exterior of this house, like the outdoor stuff, it wasn't really that crazy. Like, by the time I got to this point in the build, I was just kind of done with it. So I just kind of added some landscaping to fill up the space a little bit more, to make it more lush and pretty. And I really liked the landscaping this build. I've been watching a lot of Sim Kim, so you might see a little bit of inspiration from her. Y'all should definitely check out Sim Kim. She's an amazing builder, as well as Simlessy. I've been watching those two particularly. The two of them are just wonderful builders, and they inspire me so much lately. So yeah, but anyway, be sure to check out this house on the gallery. All you have to do is search my username lukeydean and the hashtag Lukey. But if you want to renovate this house for yourself, it's literally right there in Willow Creek. It's called Park Shore, and it's actually really fun to renovate. You can make it look however you want, and I'm pretty sure it will look pretty cool. So yeah, and remember to let me know if you would like to see some Create a Sim videos in the future as well. I definitely want to do some more Harry Potter characters and stuff like that, just for fun. Because, you know, I've been wanting to like break out of just doing builds one day. I don't know. When I get a new computer, it's a definite thing, but yeah, I need to go soon. My voice hurts. It's in pain. My throat is screaming at me internally. That sounded weird to say, but yeah, but that's pretty much it. If you want to support the channel, please check out my Ko-fi page. It's basically a tip jar where you can just go and just, you know, throw some money in and, you know, buy me a coffee, quote unquote. So yeah, go check it out if you would like to do that. But if you would like to support the channel in another way, you can actually check out my Instant Gaming link. That is an affiliate link. Instant Gaming is basically a place where you can buy like game codes at a discount. There is pretty much all of the Sims 4 packs on there for cheap right now, except for the stuff packs. They're more expensive for some reason. I guess it's just because demand. I don't know. But yeah, be sure to check out that link. I do get a very small percentage of every purchase that you all make, just to be totally honest with you all. It's a really legitimate site, though. I've bought things from it, and everything's been totally fine. So yeah, Get Famous, speaking of which, is actually $30 pre-order right now. So go check it out if you want, and use my link, please. Your girl needs it. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Thank you all so very much for watching. Stay weird and beware of the narcos.
Long roads, yeah. And you're always in such a rush. With your life playing from the stereo. Oh, you get it, but all alone. And you're always staring at your phone. You need another quick relief. We all need a turn and leave. Oh baby, this time we'll be gone forever. Never in a lifetime will you see us back here again. So come before it's too late. Hurry now, cause I can't wait. Let's put on our anthem. We'll be singing all night long. All night long. Fishes in the stream, and down the boulevard of broken dreams. make a little change in pace. A minor shift of time and space. Oh baby, this time will be gone forever. Never in a lifetime will you see us back here again. So come before it's too